Okay, so now I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what to do. We could just talk. Like we could see up for a bit. It's a little early. I could just end. I have a lot to tell you about the book I've been reading. Perfume. I don't remember. I don't talk about it that much. It's not like I'm not as into it as like the sci-fi stuff, but I wanted to make a lot of progress before I talked about it because there isn't like that much that happens that is too interesting, too interesting. But yeah, so yeah, he's the sniffer guy basically. If you remember from my previous rants, it's a book about this guy who has very powerful nose. He can smell everything very well. And so lately, where we left off, I think I don't remember quite. So he like re-entered society, he got a makeover, and then he set off in pursuit of making a scent for himself that was like godly, you know, so he could be a godly guy with a scent that would make everyone love him, because he's like, the world is governed by scents, right? He doesn't naturally have a scent. I don't know why, by the way, how is this all explained? Like how literally he can be the only human in existence to have this special scent smell. But like, he's also like evil, so I don't know what the implication is. Like he's from hell, like he's I don't know, so fucking he's some devil, cursed child. He was just born to some random commoner girl. I don't know, but yeah, he's like, all right, I gotta make a smell that is so good everyone loves me, because he manufactured a human smelling smell, and with that people treated him normally. So he's like, okay, I can make them treat me super good if I made like a really good smell, because he's like, yeah, all these silly dumb humans, they don't know that they're all ruled by their smell. It's why people like people or dislike people, you know, they all go by smell. And so he goes all the way to some random ass fuck city, because apparently his master was like, yes, this is where I learned my best techniques, this is where you can learn the advanced perfuming techniques. So he goes there, he, you know, he finds some people hiring apprentices. Well, not really hiring, he kind of forces himself onto them. Oh, and of course he finds them because of his nose. He's like, I guess I can smell that they are trained perfumers, and that they could train me. So he goes there, he makes them train him, and he's like, wow, I'm learning all these techniques. Of course the book talks a lot about the techniques. You know, you put it in oil and boil the oil, and then like you sieve it through, and then the stuff remaining is like the pure concentrated things, and you gotta put in alcohol and bottle it up, and that's the perfume or something. I don't know, all these techniques to extract scent from things, from volatile, fragile things like flower petals. Of course, I wonder why he wants to know all of these techniques. He also smells in this city a very, very good smell, the best smell ever, better than the smell of this little girl that he killed some years ago, that he obtained like the master smell from. There's another girl he smelled, and he was like, whoa, this is even better than the last. But he's like, I can't be too harsh about this. I need to find out how to make this smell my own. Hello, Mantle. Hello. So he goes on this long, you know, 2-year journey of like, all right, I'm gonna spend 2 years learning how to extract this smell, and I predict the smell is just gonna flourish over the 2 years. Right? I'm gonna let it marinate. I'm gonna let it cook. It'll get better. In the meanwhile, I'll hone my techniques, and then I'll come collect the smell. Eventually. Yeah. And like, by the way, he goes on about how like, oh, like, yeah, she's attractive, but the reason why people think she's attractive, the reason why she's so captivating and alluring, because it's like, oh, you know, she's such a, you know, pretty girl, beautiful girl, everyone loves her, it's because of her smell. All right. And the reason anyone is attracted to anyone else, it's because of their smell. They just don't know it, so we cope with like, oh, it's because they're pretty, it's because, I don't know, because of their hair, because of their skin, because of their face. But no, it's the smell. I guess they just so happen to also be pretty. Maybe it goes hand in hand. I don't know. Yeah, smell is important. I do wonder how Grinoy would explain modern day stuff, like why are we attracted to anime women and women online who we've never met before. I can't smell them, but I don't know how he would cope with that. And Six the Fury all sound fake actually, but in any case, this is supposedly how it works. It's all about the smell. This girl in particular is rich, yeah, but it's not maybe it's why she smells good, I don't know, but there's other girls who smell good who aren't rich that we see later. But basically, yeah, he goes on his 2-year journey, learning all the techniques, and then in the meanwhile, the book like cuts, and it's like suddenly there's all these murders taking place across town. Are murders of young women, and when the bodies are found, they are naked, their clothes are gone, and they're also shaved. Their hair is shaved, and it's taken. But otherwise, there's like nothing done to their bodies, no other mutilation. They weren't even like raped. They find out that all these girls were like virgins. So people are like, oh no, there's this serial killer out hunting young girls, and like no matter what they do, new bodies keep showing up. They keep showing up until one day they stop mysteriously, and everyone's like, oh phew, I guess that's over. Well, it stops at the same time that some priest is like, Inshallah, get out of this place, please. And the murders stop, and they think, oh yeah, they were, you know, repelled by God. And then it cuts again to the perspective of like this rich guy. We find out this rich guy is the father of this girl that Grinoy was pining over a while ago. And it turns out they stayed in this same city the whole time while the murders were taking place. He wasn't even worried about it. Oh, hello, Zay. Hello. But then he realizes, he thinks about the murders. Everyone else is, they don't care about the murders anymore. But then that, he's like, wait. Why could they be doing the murders? They were all beautiful women. And my daughter is a beautiful woman. She's entering her prime, you know, 16 years old or whatever. He's thinking about marrying her off. And he realizes that the murderer's true goal was to get to his daughter all along. She is the prime target, the best girl in the whole city, more beautiful than all the other girls who were killed. There's 24 other girls, by the way, ranging from like poor people, middle class people, foreigners, you know, all these. So there's like no, like everyone is in trouble, everyone is fucked. But he thinks it's just because she's, you know, so beautiful and stuff. And yeah, bro, the book is even like, in the dad's POV, it's like he wished he was not her father right now, you know, looking at her sleeping on her bed, her beautiful body. Oh, how he wishes he could get on top of her and envelop her and kiss her and turn inside her. And it's like, bro, what are you saying? Incest is real, I guess. But you know, good thing he's an honorable man, so he just suffices of looking at his daughter. But man, but he's like, alright, I decided I'm gonna leave this town as soon as possible to protect my daughter. So then he leaves the next day. He tells everyone he's going to City A, but then he actually goes to City B because he's hoping to you know, mislead the murderer, thinking the murderer would go to City A hearing the rumors, but he's actually going to City B. And then we cut to Granoy again. Turns out, yeah, he's the guy who killed the 24 other girls, fucking 24 virgins, extracted their scents. And now you get it, right? He took the clothes and hair from them, because that's where the scent is. He extracted the scent. And he also extracted the scent from the bodies. He gets like a cloth. He smears it in oil, and then you put that on top of the body, and you let it marinate for a couple hours, and then you take it off, and then the oil has like the scent of the body. But yeah, and he's like, finally, I need my last scent. All right, and he's like, I need all these scents, because he knows they don't like last forever, so he needs like a big stock, a big supply, you know, when he extracts the scents. And by the way, again, it's like he gets away with all these murders because of his smell powers. Because of his smell powers, he has like super sneak. He can make sure like everyone is like sleeping, quiet, no one's around. He can be undetected because like no one can smell his presence. He gets like zero presence, like totally stealth. He can just sneak around, which is like, bro, it is so fucked, by the way. Yeah, but then on the day that he was planning to murder his final girl, it's the same day the father and daughter left. Yeah, they don't use their eyes because they don't even perceive him. They don't even like sense a presence. You know, that's sort of the idea, I guess. And it's like, oh no, my flower, my prized treasure, it's gone. And so he tries to like, you know, sniff the trail of her. It's like, alright, I'm gonna go. And he asks the guy at the gate of the city, where did they go? The guy says City A, but he's like, no, I smell them going to City B. So he rushes to City B, taking a shortcut. He meets them on the way. He's like, alright, they're staying at this inn. I'm gonna stay at the inn too. I'm gonna, you know, lay low. And the father comes to the inn. He's like, alright, is anyone staying here? And they're like, just this random harmless blood. And he's like, alright, that's fine. So he gets rooms for him and his daughter. They stay in separate rooms. And he's like, we are so good. We're going to be out of here tomorrow, going on a boat, going way across to different cities. But he doesn't know that Granoy is the one who is staying there in the stables. But he was wearing this like inconspicuous scent, so everyone thinks he's like this innocent boy. And so at night, he's like, alright, I'm gonna prepare my cloth, dab it with oil, get on my tools. He climbs up to her room, fucking bonks her in the back of the head while she's sleeping, kills her instantly, and then yeah, goes through the process, takes her clothes, shaves her head, wraps her completely in this like oil cloth, and then waits there for like 5 hours, 6 hours for it to marinate, takes it all, leaves, and it's like, alright. He gets out of there, back to his place. And of course, again, he's not detected because of his smell. He cannot be smelled, he cannot be detected. The guy finds his dead daughter in the morning, of course, very distraught. And so the police start looking for the culprit again. Oh my god, the murderer came back again for another kill. But this time they have clues. They have clues because they figure, alright, it's the guy who stayed at the inn. the only other guy in the inn. But nobody really remembers his exact description because, he's so inconspicuous. But then the guard at the city gates remembered. He was like, there was a guy who talked to me that fit your description. I didn't think of it before, but then I remembered. I just so happened to see the guy fitting the same description. The key is he has a limp. He has a clubfoot, I think. So the innkeeper was like, yeah, I think he had a clubfoot. And so the guard at the gate noticed a guy in town with a clubfoot, and he's like, wait a second, that's the same guy who asked me where the guys were going all that time ago. And so he's like, yeah, this is the guy who works at this perfumer place. So the police storm the place. It's Grenoy's place, of course. They go there, they arrest him, they find all of his evidence in his little shed. He has fucking 25 sets of hair and clothes, and it's so messed up. They confiscate all of this, arrest him, and I thought it was crazy because I thought he would actually get away with it. I thought the book would end if and so the evil Grenoy achieved ultimate Riz status with his godly perfume filled with the amazing scent of young virginal women. And everyone loved him and he rose to the top of the world. No, he actually got arrested. He actually had consequences for his actions. He in jail. Everyone is so interested by it. But he basically doesn't care. He's like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna be tortured by the police. I don't care. I'm not gonna say anything. He's basically like, I'm done. I've lived my life. I lived my purpose. I was able to extract the sense, the perfect sense. So I'm good. I'm content. I'm satisfied. So they set up this whole public execution of him. They're like, we're gonna hang him up on a cross, and we're gonna fucking break 12 of his joints, and then hang him in the town square. It's like, bro, what the fuck? So that's where I ended basically. I wanted to speed read to the end. Unfortunately, I didn't have time. To actually finish the novel, so I don't know how it actually ends. But right now it's the dad's POV again, and he's like, yeah, I don't care about all this, the news, the media. I mean, it's not really media, it's fucking 1700s media, but the gossip about this murderer. He's like, all I'm gonna do is, when he's being hanged, I'm gonna sit in the front row and I'm gonna stare him down. And then I didn't know what else, but that's the plan. So that's where I ended the book. I didn't know where it's gonna go from there. I don't know. Is he really just gonna be executed? That's all? I keep thinking maybe he's gonna sneak out somehow with his scent powers, but no, he just stayed in jail. And it's the day of the execution right now. The executioner is practicing. Alright, how do I break the joints, in one hit? Because he only gets one shot for each joint, I guess. I know that's normal, by the way. Back in the day, it seems so fucking painful. It's basically public torture and horrific rituals. But yeah. We'll see. It's very interesting though. Anyway, sorry for yapping a bunch. Yeah, I used up the extra time. Alright, we can go now. I can have my noodles. So thanks so much for hanging out today. I hope it was fun. We finished the game, yay! And I'll be back tomorrow for more Fatal Frame. Let's hope for the best, guys. Cross our fingers. I'll try to finish the book for tomorrow, so I could tell you about the conclusion. And maybe start another book. I think I need another sci-fi. I'll try to load up another one. Or maybe some fantasy. Oh, we'll see. All these different genres. I thought there'd be more murder in this book, by the way. And it all happened at the end, though. Wow. It's all a little lame, too. He just wanted their scent, bruh. He doesn't even care about murder. It's all just like, you know, I just have to kill them because they're gonna struggle too much if I try to get their scent. And normally, imagine some blood approaching you like, please, please trust me. I have to get your smell. Okay, you just smell so good. Just give me your hair and your clothes and let me drape this oil skin on you for 6 hours. No, please don't panic. Don't worry. I mean, it wouldn't happen to you, of course. Only sweet, innocent young girls have the perfect scent, but you know, just imagine your daughter, maybe. But yeah, but this book's definitely by some fucking smell fetish, smell pervert. Like, who even thinks of this? You know, knowing so much about scents and how to make perfumes and I think it has to come from somewhere. But anyways.